Hello students, myself Amrita Dhar, Assistant Professor of Electrical Engineering Department of Greater Kolkata College of Engineering and Management, JIS Group. I will teach you Power System 3.
In this video, I will discuss about short-term hydrothermal scheduling. This topic is included in Module 2 of the subject Power System 3. Subject code is EE703A. Now, to make you understand about short-term hydrothermal scheduling over PowerPoint presentation is difficult. So, I will do board work to make you understand better. So, let's start. In the previous video of Power System 3, I discussed about long-term hydrothermal scheduling. In this video, I will discuss about short-term hydrothermal scheduling. The short-range problem usually has an optimization interval of a day or a week. This period is normally divided into sub-interval for schedule purposes. Here the load, water flows and the unit availabilities are assumed to be known. A set of starting condition, that is reservoir level, being given. The optimal hourly schedule can be prepared that minimizes our desired objective while meeting system constraints successfully. Cost optimization of hydrostation can be achieved by assuming the water head constant and converting the incremental water, that is fuel, rate characteristics into incremental fuel cost curve by multiplying it with cost of power per cubic meter and applying the conventional technique of minimizing the cost function. Now, in short-term hydrothermal scheduling, for the sake of simplicity, the power system has been assumed to be composed of a thermal plant and a hydro plant supporting total load P load. Assuming that the hydro plant alone is not sufficient to supply the load demand during the period in question and that there is a maximum total volume of water flow throughout the period of Tmax hours. The problem can be formulated by stating minimum fuel cost FC is equal to tau 1 to tau max n tau f tau. Now, assuming the constraints with no slippage, the total water discharge is equal to W total tau 1 to tau max summation tau 1 to tau max n tau W tau. Now I draw scheduling parameter in the block diagram of hydro plant. Now, tau is the interval of short term operation. W tau I is the inflow during tau interval. V tau is the volume of water flow at the end of tau period. W tau 0 is the water discharge during tau period. Sj is the spillage of water. N tau, length of time in tauth interval, and Fc is the total cost function. Now again, for total load balance, P load tau is equal to PH tau plus PTH tau. Now P load tau is the total load during tau time. PH tau is the hydro output during tau interval, and PTH tau is the thermal power output during the same interval. Now summation of tau from 1 to tau max, N tau is equal to T max. Now it has further assumed that load is remaining constant during the assumed period of scheduling. Starting water volume is Vs, that is Vs is equal to V tau at t equal to 0. Vs is equal to V tau at tau equals to 0. Ending volume, that is VE, is equals to V tau at tau equals to tau max. Flow limits are maintained such that W should be greater than equal to W minimum and should be less than equal to W maximum. Now discharge remain fixed for the particular interval tau. Discharge is a function of hydropower generation and there is no slippage, that is Sj is equal to 0. So these are the assumptions. Okay, now applications of Lagrangian technique yields L is a Lagrangian function. Summation tau equals to tau 1 to tau max. N tau F PTH tau, that is fuel cost of thermal power generation, plus lambda into P load tau minus pH tau minus pTH tau. This is the constraints and this is the Lagrangian multiplier, plus gamma h summation tau 1 to tau max n tau w tau 0 pH tau minus W total. This is another constraints. Now this gamma h is the constant which converts the incremental water cost equivalent IC. Now for given interval tau equals to T, scheduling of thermal plant for economic operation is possible. If dL by dPTH if first derivative of this function with respect to pTH tau is equals to 0. Now, so by solving this, NT is equals NT dF pTH minus dPTH tau minus lambda is equals to 0. For delta L by delta pTH tau is equals to 0. Now lambda is equals to NT dF pTH by dPTH tau. Similarly, scheduling for hydro plant is possible only when the first derivative of Lagrangian function with respect to pH tau is equal to 0. That is, on solving this, we get gamma h nt derivative wt pH by dpH tau minus lambda is equals to 0. So from here lambda is equal to gamma h nt derivative wt pH now hence in a mixed system a short-term hydrothermal coordination can be obtained as per criteria developed in the equation can be obtained if obtained when lambda is equal to gamma h nt derivative of wt dpH tau equals to nt df pTH by dPTH. Now while implementing these equations into programming, it is noted that conversion constant gamma h effectively converts incremental water rates into incremental plant cost and determine the amount of water used at each hydro plant in a multi-plant system operation. Thus gamma h must be chosen so that the desired amount of water are used. Now this equations lambda equals to gamma h nt dwt by dpH tau or now these equations are conveniently known as coordination equation. These equations are known as coordination equation. And for starting the computation, the available data should be as first hourly fuel availability of at each steam plant, fuel price at each steam plant, incremental heat rate curve for each steam unit, hourly idle and steam unit availability and minimum and maximum capability, that is PGI should be greater than equal to PGI min and less than equal to PGI max, and QGI should be greater than equal to QGI min and should be less than equal to QGI max. PG is the active power generation, QG is the reactive power generation. Next, hourly estimated system load demand. Next, incremental water rate curve for each idle plant. And last, desired storage water release. Now, while considering the equality and equality constraints, equality and inequality constraints along the capacity constraints, the bus voltage and power angle constraints can be also taken into account. That is, VI should be greater than equal to VI min and should be less than equal to VI max. Here VI is the voltage magnitude, and delta I should be greater than equals to delta minimum and should be less than equals to delta maximum. The delta is the voltage angle. The next is the cost of water. The concept cost of water is especially important for predominantly hydro or hydrothermal mix system. In any deterministic approach, the incremental water value FW incremental water value is denoted by FW in the first bracket M is equal to incremental in cost by change in generation. Change in generation, that is delta Pi. The incremental value defined above is now the incremental value defined by this equation is basically a substitution value, since the incremental delta F is due to variation of the generation schedules of thermal units, and hence it depends upon the cost of source. For purely hydro system, the incremental water value is modified as, for purely hydral system, it is modified as FWM into multiplied by eta max, where eta is the efficiency of the plant as a function of output and eta max is the maximum value of eta. Another concept of pricing may be adopted from the point of short-term scheduling. Let delta P an increment in hydro generation, and this will make an equal decrease delta P in a thermal generation with a saving of gamma j into delta P amount of money in each hour. Thus, the incremental water value is given by lambda j into delta P. On the other hand, if energy requirement increases from P to P plus delta P, the hydro system may be assigned to give this energy, while its water flow increases from Q to Q plus delta Q. The incremental water values is then mu j into delta Q amount of money in each hour. Now mu j is the incremental water cost. If mu j into delta q equals to lambda j into delta p, then mu j is equal to lambda j into delta p by delta q unit of cost per meter cube.
That's all from today's class. If you have any problem, please contact with me. My contact details is given on the first slide. Thank you.